What's up, guys? It's Migs with Market Open. Let's go ahead and do the market recap for this morning. I'll be honest with you guys, today in the market, it was probably one of the most confusing days I've ever seen. I'll show it to you guys as it opened up this morning. I had no idea what was going to happen. I had no prediction at all with the market because it's just been doing the opposite of what I've been thinking. So I just kind of let it open up and kind of do its thing. So this morning, we started off with a red candle. We broke over the highs. We thought we were going to start heading higher, but actually the very next candle, we actually started breaking under the lows. So after it broke into the lows, we thought we had a direction, right? There was no gap to close since the market just opened up flat. So then after that, we thought we were just going to keep trending lower, but actually the very next two candles, we broke over the highs. So that's one direction change, two direction changes. Right after that, we broke over the highs, and then shortly after, we broke under the lows again. So we are literally just going like this. And it is so hard to try and pick a direction because you just don't know which way the market is going. So I'm glad to be green for the day, and I'm just going to be done because just this market direction is nuts right now. So as of right now, we're red on the day, but we're actually starting to pull back. A little bit of a pullback and just kind of continuing to the downside. But it's already 11 o'clock, so I'm going to be done for the morning, just take my profits and run. Now, with that into consideration, the first trade I took this morning was on CRZO, was one of the down gappers this morning. I actually ended up taking it on the 1 minute. Right in here. So right in here, the very first, like the 5 minute candle, I saw it kind of go up and then it just started going halfway down and it just started bouncing. So what I did is I switched over to the 1 minute chart real quick and I saw it kind of bouncing here around the 1470 mark. So I took it short as it broke 1468 here, 300 shares with my stop up here at 300. It kind of sold off a little bit, and then just in this one candle, it spiked all the way up to 15. And I held it. My stop was at 15. It needed for it to go over 15 for me to be able to get out. But I knew that was such a quick upside candle that was most likely a shakeout. So I held it, and I saw it holding the 9 here, so I went ahead and got out with a small $30 loss. So as you can see, it kind of went sideways for a while and then sort of sold off a little bit. So it's kind of just trending. Let's see, let me go back to the 5 minute. It's trending sideways right now, so I would have been up maybe 40-50 bucks or so. But actually probably not even that much since I shorted it at 1468. So not even much. So it's going sideways. So I lost 30 bucks on CRZO. Then on my next trade was in Macy's. Right at 950. Right, should be 950.08. So right here in this candle, I bought it in over the highs, and I got rid of 300 shares at 30.85. So up here, somewhere up here. So I got rid of half at 30.85 since it wasn't really quite doing what I was expecting it to. I wanted for it to break up and over 31 and hold and go, but it wasn't really quite doing that. So was it this candle? 300 at 959. Yep, right here. So right in this candle, I got out 300 shares. Then I got out the rest of the shares at 30.43. Since the market was actually starting to turn around during that time, might have been, yeah, so it was actually starting to break down under the lows. I kind of expected it to follow, and I actually ended up making the right move because it did break under my stop, which was going to be down here. And actually ended up working out. I only lost half of the amount that I only lost a quarter of the amount that I was risking. So initially I was risking $200. So I got rid of half, then cut that, and only lost 50 bucks on that. Now the next trade I took was on MNK. So MNK right here in this flag. So up, pulled back to the 9. right here I went 500 shares long over 2057 right at 10 o'clock, so it should have been this candle right here. I was waiting for it to break over the 2050 mark, but it just kind of just jumped up. So I got filled in at 2057 with my stop down here at, let's see here, the 1988 mark. So as you see, it slowly climbed up, and I was selling a little bit as it went. So with the MNK, I sold 250 at 2082. Then I sold another 125 up here at the 21 mark. And I believe that is it. Yeah, so I sold at 2082, 2101, and 2138. So I ended up making a gain of $217. That was my biggest winner for the day. Shortly after the market started turning around and just kind of tanking, so kind of glad I sold that off. Alright, so the next trade I took were scalps on Macy's. Since Macy's was actually one of my main stocks on the watch list, I took it over this little doji right here. As the market started pulling back, that kind of gave me a signal to start going long. So I bought it in over the highs here, 500 shares long at 1020. So right in here, I got filled at 1042. Then I got rid of 150 at 3062. I got rid of another 150 at 3077 and 200 at 3036 as it was coming back down. So I ended up making, I don't even remember, maybe a little bit around $100 or so. So it kind of took away some of the gain or some of the losses that I had earlier on Macy's. And then the next scalp I took on Macy's, let's see, was actually I believe it was down here. So it was kind of a falling knife. Since I saw the market was pulling up again, I saw it pull down here, and I actually just ended up. It's kind of something that I've been testing out. It's not really a pattern, but it's kind of a buying the dip kind of option. So if you buy down here and you set your stop at the bottom, but I didn't really quite see it come back up, so I got out immediately. So I bought 100 shares right here at $29.91, so right near the bottom. It pulled up and it just started kind of bouncing back and forth, so I got rid of it at 30.03. Just a quick scalp. I wasn't gonna go any further than down here, which 29.63, so I would have lost $30 or so. But it wasn't really quite pulling back like I wanted it to, so I went ahead and got out. And the next one was, I believe it was down here, which I wish I would have kept. So at 11 o'clock right here at this doji here, the high of it was 28.25, I believe, or so. I got filled 300 shares at 28.29. I actually thought I should only risk $50 on that, since it's something that I typically don't do. So I actually immediately got rid of 150 shares as I was sitting there flat, and then it just kind of started teetering back and forth, so I got rid of the other 150 shares. I think I might have made like $3 on it or something like that, so not a big deal. My initial target was actually going to be the 9, which is kind of sitting at right now, so I would have only made maybe like $20-30. It was just kind of an idea that popped into my head. It's something that I have done before, but it's worked a little bit better. But Macy's today has just been tanking a lot for some reason. It's just kind of doing what the market is doing, but it's kind of exaggerated, because usually if something is up on earnings and it's going higher and then the market's kind of going down, they usually cancel each other out and start going sideways. But Macy's is actually following the market and just tanking even harder than the market is. So it's a little bit of a gamble, so I got out of it. Up $138 on the day, not really much, but I'm just glad to be green because of how choppy the market is, or it was this morning. So it looks like we're now on a downtrend, but I don't really trust this market at all with all the ups and downs that it's been doing lately. So I'm just going to leave it be and then try again tomorrow. All right, guys, like I always say, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it down in the comment section below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and also join our Facebook group. The link to that will be in the description below. You guys will get access to my Facebook, or to my watch list on the Facebook page every single day. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.